let go of the past, and manifest the reality you desire. It's time to expand your consciousness and create a new enlightened transformational you by raising your vibrational frequency. We will talk about ETs, light ships, the ascending human, our ascending planet, visitations, and first conscious contact upon our new fifth dimensional Earth. Welcome to Universal Unity, New Earth Consciousness. It's time to activate a better you by embracing the white light of Source. Now your host and universal guide, Joanna L. Ross.
Good morning. This is Joanna from Universal Unity and the Universal Light Wisdom and Healing Centers. Thank you so much for tuning in. And Tina just advised me that it is to show number 95 today. So thank you so much, Tina, for putting that in. And welcome back, Tina, after taking last Saturday to be with family. So we're really excited and happy and really grateful and blessed to have all of our KCOR family, our KCOR listeners, everyone across the globe that we sense already. The etheric chambers are filling up with vibrations and with energies all across our universe. And we've got some special energies today. So the second hour, we're going to be taking, at the bottom of the second hour, we're going to be taking your calls. We're going to be taking your chat vibrations, if you will. You can get through to Tina at Skype on KCR Radio, or you can call in at 702-425-9230 if you desire to call in with beautiful inspirations of gratitude, of thanksgiving, of giving of thanks, as it's recently been Canada's Thanksgiving and also the U.S. Thanksgiving. And we are brothers and sisters of light here on the North American continent. So we want to appreciate and validate and give blessings and grace to all those of all frequencies, of all timelines, of all dimensional threadings, and knowing that we are one human heart, we are one human family, we are one cosmic and universal family threaded together in this divine co-creation of evolutionary programs and events and unfoldings unprecedented in human history. And so we're going to go far and wide today, but we wanted to give blessings and grace and thanks to all those who so desire to take a moment in kindness and compassion to reach out to the fellow human, to all aspects of life, to all aspects of consciousness, and know that you are a part of it, that you are one with it. And as we seek within all unknown, we seek within greater aspects of all that we are and the oneness within it. For we are within all aspects of our discovery. We are within all aspects of the unknown. And so we can move forward with great embrace, with divine and heavenly excitement, which today will thread new imaginings, new musings, new multidimensional potentialities. And I feel a great sensation of new thresholds that we will be crossing together as we've prepared the space, as we prepared the etheric chambers for all those listening now and in future now moments, of our divine and heavenly topics today as we spiral within the number vibration of 11 today, of our beautiful vibrations of, again, portals with the number 11 that we're transcending gateways. And I call this gateway, just coming to me now, the sacred fire of transmutation gateway. And because today's topic is about divine sacred alchemy, the sacred fire of all that we are, how we co-create, how we transmute, how we transform within the sacred fire of all that we are. We'll explain a little bit about what sacred fire is, but just know that we have telesummits coming up in January. We have divine sacred temple teachings that we offer on our website, universalunity.ca, and we will be moving more within the Melchizedek frequencies and vibrations of alchemy. And so the order of Melchizedek is with us today. And there is much energy moving through me as we have the divine heavenly councils and hierarchies with us. And I will move within a pace that is comfortable because they're reminding me to slow down and ground because I'm also moving through accelerated energies and frequencies. And why I'm feeling this gateway and this potentiality that we're going to unfold with today with alchemy, new beginnings. And this is why I sense that it's a special topic today because I'm sensing the vibrations of what we will be offering will create wonderful excitement in our co-creation with Gaia, our wonderful excitement within the co-creation and the matrices within the crystalline templates of other timelines of Gaia, if you will, because we truly are on the threshold of co-creating a myriad of timelines for each and every one of us to step within our own dimensional comfort range. And that's what I'm sensing and seeing. So we're going to explain it in the best way that we can. Divine sacred alchemy held within the divine sacred fire flame of all that we are, and how I've understood it to be, and what that has to do with our cosmic essence, our cosmic threshold that we sit within right now. Entering into new cosmic experiences, entering into new multidimensional experiences within the alchemy that we co-create with one another, the alchemy that we co-create with Mother, Father, God, with our divine universal soul self. And Tina has very beautifully put up some images for today's class, but we're going to offer our introduction first, and at the bottom of the first hour we'll go to the images so that we can explain it and you can get a better feeling. But just sit back and allow yourself to embrace within this beautiful sacred energy of our divine sacred etheric chamber that we have co-created. And we're setting our sacred space of our presence, our intention, and our unity of our one human heart as we allow ourselves to reach far and wide within the soul and within the cosmic eternalness of all that we are as God particles of divine living light. And we allow our human experience in this now moment to co-create with one another so that the benevolence of the all may be created, may be experienced and explored, and like the curiosity of a young child, may we step upon new light fields that we co-create within this beautiful elegance and this beautiful sacred space that we co-create with our loving and pure hearts of intent. To see humanity awaken within harmony and peace, to see humanity awaken within its own vastness of itself, to see humanity allow itself to align with universal oneness and communion and love and light with all beings and all aspects of life, and have the respect and acceptance of all aspects of life. And for it is the God and the co-creation within each and every one of us, for us to continue these evolutionary spirals, to ignite, to anchor, to allow all that we are to be explored anew. Again, the eternalness within us all to be explored anew, brand new, every moment, brand new. What we thought we knew is just the beginning. And why I tell my children, when you think you know something, you understand you don't know anything at all, because it just allows you to open a new door to new things that you don't know, new discoveries, new unknowns, new potentialities, new light fields. And this is where we sit right now. I was shown many doors. And so today's topic within our alchemy is the doors before you and the unknown before you, and how excited and curious are you to step through them? And how may you understand that you're co-creating each and every one of these doors before you so that you may create the divine and heavenly choice before you as God offers each and every one of us as we expand within our allness, within our eternalness of all that we are. And we co-create within the divine sacred flame of all that we are. And so our beautiful topic today is Divine Alchemy of the Sacred Fire, the new cosmic threshold that we sit upon, and what that cosmic threshold is and means. Because many of you have been experiencing many new and great things. The acceleration is obvious in our social collective, is it not? And that's why the second hour we will connect with balancing and clearing through acceleration. And it's really important for us to, every show, we're going to create importance and remembrance on how important it is to center and balance and ground in accelerated energies. Because it truly allows us to continually maintain the alignment with our higher self and with higher self choices, with higher self refinements. Because those higher self choices and refinements allow us to let go of, transcend, and heal timelines that are ready to be released. New ones to be stepped forth upon. So it's very integral, it's very threaded, it's very connected with all that we do in alchemy, with all that we do in the co-creation of new light fields, with all that we do in the transmutation of illness within, the transmutation of limitation and dark and fear within. It's all connected. And so that will be the second hour. And every time that we do create these shows, we'll always create the second hour with either multidimensional parenting or the maintenance and sustenance of our higher vibrational accelerating fields. And the first hour will be new topics and musings based on what we've moved through as a collective entanglement. As you know, that we are all connected across the globe, universally, your teams, our teams, my teams, and I bring forward the information each week so that we can continually grow and expand together, because there's many of you working on many different councils, and many of these ignitions today will move in alignment with what we are co-creating as a collective, because many of you here are light workers and anchors and grid workers. Many of you here work with the matrices. Many of you work with, there's ocean grid workers here, because we've got the Syrian cetaceans tuning in, and they're telling us that there's many of you that work with the cetacean and the water speak, as well as Gaia speak and Gaia grid workers like myself, as well as other new world New World co-creations and matrices. And so in this, let's get started. The divine sacred fire of transmutation and transformation. And it's called the divine sacred fire. And there are in our most ancient texts called fire letters. And these fire letters, and this is just my own interpretation, these are my own musings, these are my own discoveries and my own concepts. And you may take what you will and create your own from this, and you will be ignited in your own way, as the divine order of Melchizedek is showing me. But these are the understandings that I've come to get acquainted with and remember and activate within my own soul theme. And I only bring them forward so that the human family can create new expansive understandings from what we were never taught in schools, what we were never taught in religions and organized structures of socioeconomic systems that we've allowed ourselves to co-create with one another. We're taking it a step farther so that we may create, and part of my role is to inspire and empower and encourage new light fields of potentiation for the human development, for human evolution. And so we may begin. The divine sacred fire, the divine sacred fire letters. It's a symbol. It's an encodation of light language. The divine sacred fire and the divine sacred flame is that union of divine male and female energy frequencies and divine male frequency balances with the female balances within each and every one of us, encoded and threaded within the DNA, right down to the molecule of all that we are. It's our God self entwined and tangled and becoming active in your everyday unfolding. And how we know that, we've talked about in many, many shows, that the ideas and the concepts of all that we manifest through who we are, what we exist within, and what exists within us, the manifestations and the machinations that we co-create to show ourselves our ever-changing refined choice, our ever-changing expansiveness, so that we may co-create higher refined choice through our higher self-alignment, through our Christed self-alignment, through our Christed light body illumination. All that we do to love ourselves, all that we do to self-accept all that we are, all that we do to balance the divine male energies within us, the God rays that are male frequency, the God rays that are female frequency, and we each have them within us. As we create those Akashic experiences where we release old pains and old hurts and old Akashic triggers, and we bring them forward to show ourselves, we create the wisdoms within those blessings, we create the wisdoms within those challenges and even devastations of what we define as devastations. But know there is divine love and oneness and wholeness within it all, because that's all there is. Divine love, divine sanctity, divine fire letters of union. The balance of divine male and female energies within each and every one of us, within the molecules of all that we are, within the energetic mechanisms of our chakra systems of all that we are. And as we heal, as we manifest triggers, as we manifest the healings and the releases, as we call forward our teams and the archangels and all of the divine counsels and beings that assist us in every moment, we allow ourselves to beautify, to thread, if you will, to complete, if you will, the divine sacred fire flame. And I was shown this morning as if it was, this is my experience with the Melchizedek order this morning, so that I can explain this in a way of a visionary can, for those humans that may understand visual concepts, and you can create your own imaginings through your visualization tools and your creative tools, which are your Christed tools to create. I was shown the top of a candle and the beautiful wick of a candle, and how this wick of a candle is the essence of all that is. So too is the wax, and so too is the flame that lights that wick, and how all aspects of that candle are required to make that light what it is, to continue that essence of illumination of all that is. When there's been initiations and invocations, and you allow yourself to expand and grow within the all that you are, and love yourself within the all that you are, you can feel the essence of your soul self, the essence of your God self, ever expanding in greater love and greater softness. It doesn't mean that the challenges are not there. They certainly are. But you're balancing in every moment refinement. How do I feel about this? Am I balancing my lower bodies? Am I allowing my beautiful God rays and male and divine female frequencies to come forward and entangle and entwine with one another to create that sacred flame, that inertia that is required, that we ground through the pillar of light, through the sands and soils and the crystalline heartbeat of Gaia, and come forward as a manifestation, as an alchemic transmutation. And we're going to be going further into this in the many classes and the Sacred Temple teachings that we create. So allow it to just soak within you and be information that just fluidly moves through you. And if you listen to it 100 times, that's okay too, because at some point it will be reminders for you of how alchemy truly works. And it's the divine marriage and the merging and the reunification of divine male and female energies within the all that we are as an energetic mechanism of divine inner temple of light, spiraling within creative will, creative compassion and love, those beautiful God rays of balanced male energies and female energies coming together in a holy union to create that sacred fire of transmutation, of alchemy, where you can transmute any and all things. This is where we sit right now, dear ones, and this is the alchemic order of Melchizedek coming through to speak at this moment of now for the collective creative family of humanity. It's created so many changes, has it not? You've gone through so many transitions and allowed yourself to see through the other side of the veil, have you not? Through each moment that you see yourself manifesting something that may appear to be a challenge, dear ones, that may appear to be something unknown. Never come across this before. How do I do this? How do I transcend this one? This is new. And yet you do, with breath, with perseverance, with devotion and dedication and commitment that you have God within. You have the Divine Holy and Mother Father with you at all times, within all breath. And it's come to such a point of transmutation and alchemy throughout the ages, dear ones, in which you reach a point as a collective, in which you're understanding science and matter and spirit to come together as one. And as a collective family, your desire to be in harmony and peace, to co-create through the genius and the brilliance that you are as a divine living light being, that flame that you are, divine sacred fire, to create new light roads and pathways in which you step upon in this moment of now, a threshold, dear lighted ones. As we come through various portals of communication and threadings, as we speak to you through this chamber, we're allowing you to see through your own visionary skills that there are many doors before you, and each and every one of you has your own unique gifts, your own unique talents, your own unique soul blueprints, in which these doors will serve you in a myriad of ways. Each door serving you in different ways, each door offering new challenges, each door is offering you new majestic moments and opportunities to synchronize with Mother, Father, God in ways you have no desires to explain in human words. For that is the majesty of what lays before you, dear ones, a new threshold of your cosmic essence. And it's been through every cosmic allowance that you remember yourself to be, through every transmutation of your earthly moments, and you step forward as a human being in human form with spirited excitement, with spirited anticipation and childlike curiosity, with pure joy and love in your hearts to commune together. Sacred soul tribes gather all over the globe, simply for the joy of communing and being together. And those moments in which you do is the inertia that creates light fields that lie just beyond those doors of the unknown. You've all created them. Myriad of potentiation. And why these potentiations and these ideas and concepts of what lies beyond are coming through to you in your dreams to get you ready. For alchemy is truly preparedness and readiness, divine timing, the hand of God and the finger of God, if you will, opening the door through which you walk. And those light fields that you have been so busy co-creating with one another in your sacred communions and your sacred play, oftentimes not knowing that that's what you were doing, but you were. In the hierarchies of the heavens and the councils and the brothers of light and the sisters of light, tuning in every once in a while to show you and to share with you the light that they see from you and what you are co-creating to encourage and empower you to follow your authentic heart. For it is the essence through which you co-create. All new human experiences, of which are divine celebrations. So the balance of all that you are and all that you've learned and all that you've allowed yourself to become, sitting before you, aligned and ready, ecstatic. To be in this joy in this moment of now and understand the alchemy that you hold within each and every one of you and the mastery and the tools that you carry with you. And it takes your acknowledgement to claim and own all that you are, to begin this alchemic process as all things manifest through you, and balancing it with the divine female and the divine male energies, so that it's always in perfect harmony of co-creation. For this is the essence of divine co-creation, the essence of alchemy. When you are readied, when you are prepared, new opportunities and new doors allow themselves to unfold through you. And we hold these qualities within each and every moment. Make no mistake about that. And through my own personal experiences as a mother, as a Christed healer and a vibrational teacher, vibrational healer, I have often found it baffling and befuddling, most often, in how I can raise my 3 beautiful children with 3 beautiful, dynamic, unique blueprints. And most often than not, it's not coming up with the answers, but it's simply to be present with them in their journey, to create the safe and healthy boundaries for them to co-create within, so that they may explore their own beauty, their own alchemy and mastery within themselves, their own innate link and entanglement with Mother, Father, God, their own innate link and entanglement with divine male and female within, so that they may remember their own mechanisms of intent, of will, of compassion, of joy, of excitement, curiosity, creatorship, and on and on and on. And lately, I've done my own learning to release the responsibility. Layers upon layers of psyche, layers upon layers of beliefs and patterns that I have entrained myself within, and veils that I have come with, so that I may transcend and understand. My responsibility is only held within the energy fields that I co-create, that are me. I'm not responsible for the energy fields of the all. However, I get great joy and great excitement to co-create with the all, and entangle and dance with the all. However, to let go of the responsibility that I have and have had over others due to other timelines and other catastrophes and challenges faced in other timelines. And as I transcend those imprints, as I transcend those energy imprints from other timelines, I allow myself to further within the divine male and female alchemic flame that exists within me, opening up new potentiations for grander energy to flow through me in the Christed way that it does. And why I was given the beautiful candle and the flame, and all that encompasses that beautiful wick that lights and illuminates the room, for all to be seen. There is that requirement of the wick, of the light, of the wax, of all that it is together, the human being in all that it is, in its divine male and female frequencies. And when that merging entangles, that flame alights, and it becomes something different and it lights up a whole new playing field for one to choose to step forth upon in any one moment of excitement, in any one moment of creative anticipation and joy to co-create with God in new ways. That's alchemy, dear ones. The divine and sacred attributes of alchemy, and all that we are as alchemic masters. It's our own readiness, our own preparedness, and the curiosity and the innocence of a child that we go forward into the unknown. Unconditional trust. We are cradled by Mother, Father, God. I will dance through this doorway, through this threshold of cosmic unknown, and I will co-create. For I understand I can pull the divine male frequencies and the divine God rays within me. And I can allow the chakra systems and the energy systems, and I can invoke, and I can visualize, and I can create, and I can use tone, so that I may align with my highest divine flame of sacred light, and shift, change, and bring to light, and transmute, and illuminate into something new. And so, dear lighted ones, and we tap into the etheric chambers once again, as the portal of all that I am aligns with the energies within the etheric chambers, opening up to the Melchizedek order of light. We come to you again in this time so that we may offer you a beautiful visualization in which one of the experiences that Joanna has had, and Tina has placed a beautiful picture and an image there. And they're beautiful. We've shown this image before in our sacred temple classes, dear lighted ones. And it's a vision of the multiverse and 13 dimensions that we work within, but it goes beyond that, just know that. And you as this beautiful golden orb exist within this image. And this beautiful field of energy patterns and energy light that is being shown there. And the beautiful golden dots that are experienced throughout this entire image. And there's various dimensional threads and experiences. And on each of those threads, there's a different dimension of experience. There's a different dimension of energies, different dimensions of rules that we play within on all those threads of experience. And that's what dimension is. It's a vibrational experience offering, in which the threshold that you sit within right now may offer you a myriad of doors that you can open and step through if you so desire, a new experience of dimensional vibrational experiences. Potentiation that you've readied yourself for. Potentiation that you've allowed yourself to prepare for and allowed yourself to come in alignment with, knowing of who you are, what you exist within, and what exists within you. As we've talked about week after week, alignment of those three divine sacred questions of the seeking within, the God within all things, and the God within you. And how you can alchemically transmute through the flame and the fire passion of all that you are, your divine will, your divine love and compassion to co-create with Mother, Father, God. And you see yourself as golden sparks upon the beehive of all that is. And one of my experiences, Joanna's experiences this week, is that in one of her meditations and one of her alignments with the divine heavenly councils, in the work and the preparedness and the readiness that she had allowed herself to align with, this is the first time that this had happened as she aligns herself with higher frequencies to the divine councils and the collective of councils that she entangles with on a regular basis. However, this day was different. When she aligned up to the heavenly councils, all of these golden sparks that you see in that beehive began to come to light through her. And we'll give it to you in a visual way, but we can't explain it better than this. The golden particles were speaking to her in unison, allowing her to understand that the soul self of all that she was, the particles and the dimension fragments and all that she existed upon in the different forms and the different star systems, in all that she was placed within, that she allowed herself to co-create within, were speaking to her, through her, in unison. And that all of those God particles were saying, we are you. You've opened yourself to the point now that you're ready to hear yourself in unison. A new multidimensional version of you is awakening. Are you ready? And in other occasions that unique things like this had occurred, unique experiences and majestic offerings from the divine had occurred, sometimes she gets so excited and sometimes she just gets so alarmed she'd pop herself out of the vibration and she'd have to realign and connect with it once again. But this time she allowed herself to stay within the alignment, which is quite beautiful. The first time this has ever happened in human form. And I saw myself within the image of what you see there, a little bit different. And allowing myself to see various particles of me in those forms of all that I was, speaking to me through unison, that all of those other vibrational me's knew in that moment that I had allowed myself the opening and the vibrational allowance, that they knew in that moment I was ready to hear their beautiful hello and their beautiful communion. Welcome to your soul self. In other situations, Joanna has seen aspects of herself in various lands and star systems and visions and bleed-throughs, but never in a unison aspect of way where other aspects of her were collectively singing a song of soul welcoming. And the vibrational aspects of her were coming forward and saying, are you ready to work with the grander soul version of you so that you can co-create in a new way? Dear lighted ones, how fun is that? See, we've talked about being multidimensional, but now you're going to experience it. Make no mistake about that. For those that are ready, for those that are excited to play with the curiosity of a child. To know that you open up to the unknown, and it's all you. To know that you open up to love, and it's all you. To know that you open up to the profound and the mystical. It's all you. And how excited are you to dance through those doors? Cosmic hello from the etheric chambers, dear lighted ones, for we are you. We are the excited particles of you. Have watched you through your transitions. We have been with you as you've cried. We have been with you in all your healings. We have been with you through your triumphs and your losses. For it's a cycle of God, is it not? For you to know more of you. For you to grow within the light of all that you are as your divine sacred fire. To illuminate the eternal potentiation to know yourself as love. Divine, dear golden one. Oh, what incredible energies moving through the etheric chambers. And before we got on the line today, the Order of Melchizedek was coming through today, as well as the Syrian archangels. And there's many other beings, but we want to go back to the Melchizedek order. They're coming through profoundly today. Thank you. They're saying that many of you will create, are co-creating right now with your celestial teams and the archangels healings and beautiful activations from this divine offering today. And allowing you to step forward through the thresholds of what you're letting go of what you've known to be fears, of other timelines presenting themselves to you through your manifestations of your everyday life. And allowing you to transcend and understand that the fears are only those manifestations of other timelines and other experiences through which you can and know yourself to be fully in love with and transcend through. So understand that we offer these multidimensional concepts and musings for those who so desire to dance and expand in new ways. And allowing yourself to know that your universal family is always with you in divine healings in any moment that you ask. And you call them in. And you dance and entangle in your dance, just as Joanna had opened herself up to that beautiful soul communion of the eternal yous, I call them. Eternal aspects of me and other dimensions and other threads saying, hey, we get you. You're now open and ready for our communion and our co-creations together. Remember, we talked about that about maybe a year ago perhaps, in which humanity has always been here, included and moving within the universal family. However, our consciousness and the light that we hold and the vibrations that we hold, the resonance light quotient that we hold, the lights were truly never really on because we held ourselves in such separation and limitation from all that is. However, now that there is enough of the collective that hold themselves within unity and harmony and oneness within their Christed essence, oneness within the all that they are, even though they may not define it or call it that. But there is the innate inertia for oneness, the innate inertia for seeking, the inertia to seek oneness and love in all things. And that inertia has opened up the light quotient so that those upon the journey, those here anchored to create light field empowerment and inspirations, so that others may dance and entangle new threads and new songs and new soul stories and co-create. That's why we are here. And the light is turned on now. And the heavenly counsels are within you all. Always have been. For your alchemic journey of love. And another image that Tina has there is the beautiful doors. And these myriad of beautiful doors that I was shown. And it was shown to me as that the doors of heaven. And there's an infinite number of doors of heaven, just as within our crystalline cities of light, our crystalline pyramids of healing that we create for ourselves. We can go into our own unique crystalline pyramid to do our own unique healings, our own unique initiations, our own unique invocations to divine heavenly counsels and divine service work within the creation, within Mother, Father, God's agendas and universal plans and evolutionary unfoldings. Whatever we want to do within our crystalline temples, they're within us to go and create within. And so too are the doors of heaven. And we're entering into a threshold of new beginnings, and these thresholds of potentiation because of the alchemic transitioning that we've allowed ourselves to move through over the many, many years. To move within our grandness, our eternalness, our limitless, our boundless essence of love. No limits. Constantly refining choice, constantly refining all that we are. To have no definition, to have the all as our definition of self. And it to be love and open and limitless in and of itself. And these beautiful doors are the potentiations that you offer yourself in any one moment. And beyond that door is unknown. And how do you approach each door? Do you approach it with fear or anxiety? Or do you approach it with the childlike innocence that you've created it within? Does that make sense, dear lighted ones? And if you take anything away from today, have it be that. In all that you manifest for yourself, because it's you, working in union, your divine sacred flame, within the heavenly counsels that hold within all wisdoms and intellect and tools and gifts and skills that you manifest with, all opportunities, all experiences that you manifest before you, for you to open, turn the handle and walk through. It might not even have a handle. It might be just a curtain. It might be a veil. Whatever that door looks like to you, a portal, a spiraling essence of golden light. Understand that you've created it. And the energy, the inertia in which you stand before it will allow you the essence to walk through it with calm, centeredness, peace, joy, excitement, if that's the inertia you hold before it. You set the vibration of every door. You set the vibration of every manifestation, as Metatron has taught us so long ago. How you alchemically transmute those vibrations, allowing yourself to open at your divine sacred heart. Create the purity of love of all that you are with Heavenly Mother, Father, God. And allow your divine universal God child to come forward and play with great excitement and exaltation for you. And the experience through which you have from that point forward will be a vibrational match to that beautiful, divine, curious child of God through which you created the inertia with. All things are energy, dear lighted ones. You are the divine sacred flame of Holy Mother, Father, God, entwined in one, a light, a flame, illuminating this earthly presence. And how may we co-create with these divine thresholds that sit before us, each and every one of us, different unique doors for each and every one of us. Carry within the counsels that we work within, the soul threadings, the infinite number of dimensional vibrations as the previous image showed you, And each of these soul vibrations and these soul threadings, what you are intrigued to act upon, what you are excited to go within, those are the soul threadings of your excitements through which those doors will be offered. Do you see what we're saying here, dear lighted ones? You are eternal. The doors are eternal. Those soul threadings are eternal. And it's not for the mind to figure out or analyze. Drop to your heart and be the innocent child and play. That is how we truly co-create the light fields in which we have been creating for so long, because we have been so excited to understand ourselves as more than what we thought. And we're at the point now where we can look back, if you will, in the same now moment and say, wow, we have truly transformed in light. Because show after show, week after week, and show number 95, here we sit. We've gathered week after week. Enjoy just to be together. Enjoy just to thread our souls ever closer with love and light. Sensing the various star systems we belong to and from. And we feel the pulsation of our heart with great excitement of the light and love that we will co-create and dance upon in the cosmic celebrations of our reunions. And here we sit. Our hearts open in joy as we lift our hands to creation with unconditional love and trust. We trust within our plans. We trust within the divine holding that Mother, Father, God got it all figured out. We're here to create in joy, in curiosity and love, dynamic light that we are, the divine sacred flame of alchemy. And we shift and change, and we oscillate in light fields of potentiation. And how utterly divine. And how I was sensing it this morning, I had a vision of, and why I feel today is such a special show with the Divine Order of Melchizedek with us today in these beautiful healings and alchemic offerings, is I was gifted a vision of a capstone. And a capstone to me has always symbolized the completion of a story, if you will, the completion of that final brick upon the pyramid, that final brick of that building, of that sanctuary, of that temple. And through which that capstone, once it's placed, that completion, that energetic completion has been sung. And that vibrational story of that human song has been sung. And we're now ready to step within a new building, a new co-creation of energy. And so capstones have a very powerful symbolic meaning for the collectives that we exist within, these beautiful collective human families that we exist within, and these beautiful sacred times and these demarcations of energies within our approaching of the winter solstice, and how we can allow ourselves to look at those doors in a myriad of ways and create symbolisms within it so that we may transcend anything that we need to bring to a greater resolve, a more expanded, more loving, a more compassionate and kind resolve. Any one of those doors could be a symbol of anyone that is held at distance or challenge with. And we can walk through that door and we can initiate our own self-love and our own self-healing through it. And this is what these profound times, these capstone moments are for, so that we may look within the all that we are, the all that we exist within, and the Divine Mother Father that exists within each and every one of us, to show us the infinite blessings that are bestowed upon us when we allow ourselves to surrender into the existence of all that we are. And go with love. Be in good cheer. Let go and forgive. And why not dance? And what beautiful visions and experiences that I had this week with the future aspects of me, if I will say the future aspects, but they're not really, they're just concurrent aspects of me, just on different vibrational threads. And the third picture that Tina has up there is a beautiful blue orb, and there's myriad of threads that are all linking. And these beautiful threads can be anything that you so desire. It could be that beautiful orb in the middle is that next door that you may walk through. And the other threads are those soul threadings and those opportunities that you're co-creating from your intention and your will right now. and the love that you're evoking, and the colors, and the excitements, and the tonings that you're doing, and the beautiful imaginations you're doing with the cosmic oceans. In all that is consciousness, there are threads and particles of light held within it for you to co-create with, because you're a part of it. This is how heavenly, this is how expansive, this is how boundless you are. Truly. Oceans, cosmic sky, the omnipresence, the essence of all that you are is divine light, divine love, created by divine flame from the Holy Mother Father, breathed into existence. A beautiful invocation of love to create, to see you co-create from the myriad of fields that you exist within right now, right here. So that you may open your divine heart with nothing to hide, and all the veils drop. And here you are, a divine child with great excitement and anticipation for what lies beyond that door as you dance through it with joy and excitement. And thank you, the Divine Heavenly Orders of Melchizedek. And we also have Syrian and Cetacean councils with us today as well. Thank you, because there's many of you that we were sensing before we got on the line working with waters, water energy. Many of you are working with Gaia Speak and the grids and matrices and light fields. Many of you are healers. Many of you are walking in your presence of light, just anchoring your presence to allow others to open within their own divine heavenly presence. And as we said, each and every one of you hold the divine alchemic fire within you to be exactly all that you are in this now moment, and it's divine perfect right now. There's nothing else you need to do or be or get or hold. You're perfect right now, divine heavenly fire. And you can co-create whatever it is that you so desire. And so the heavenly councils have come forward with beautiful images and visionary for Joanna to bring forth through her experiences that she has had, the beautiful evolutionary experiences that she has had with her beautiful family and friends and soul tribe, so that she may link, as those images have shown, the various threading of vibrational experiences and bring them in a beautiful culmination of now, this capstone story, this beautiful song, and create the inertia and the celebration of what we have co-created together, dear lighted ones, as a human family, awakening moment for moment, breath for breath, into a new human song, a new human threshold for our multidimensional allness to come and play through us. And how may we dance the dance of light? How lovely. Thank you, Divine and Heavenly Councils, and the Divine Order of Melchizedek. Thank you. After our break, we've got a break coming up, but after our break, we're going to talk about a few other visions and a few other experiences that I have had that will all tie in with this divine alchemy of sacred fire, and how we are all the divine elements of male and female balance, the threadings within us, molecularly, cellularly, within our genetics, within our DNA, and how our DNA is being activated and initiated in new ways by our own readiness, our own preparedness, by all that we know ourselves to be, and all that we know that is swimming within us and that we swim within. All of these are the attributes of alchemy. How you prepare yourself at moment for moment life, how you unfold in love, moment for moment life. You are the sacred flame. You are. You just are. And allow yourself to alight in whatever way you so desire, and the doors will appear. The cosmic capstones will appear, so that you may allow yourself to dance and sing a new song, create a new canvas of joy, create new inventions, new discoveries, new articles, new experiences we don't even have words for. And Joanna will share some of her visions and some of her experiences and some of her excitements that have allowed her to swim within these beautiful concepts and musings of alchemy. And at the bottom of our second hour, please feel free, as always. We love to hear and we love to be within this sacred sharing. And it is within this sacred sharing, as the councils are showing me, is that as they thread through me in this sacred sharing, and as you open your hearts through this sacred sharing, that the co-creation and the alchemy is created. It's the inertia of us entangling. It's the inertia of us being in joy to entangle. It's the inertia of, even Tina offering radio shows to come forward in their own unique offering. Those inertias help us co-create new beginnings of harmony, new beginnings of our unity. And just as we are now, we can look back one day and say, wow, look at how far we've come. For we have truly transcended in so many ways. And it's this now moment of inertia and sacred soul sharing through which all light fields are created. And that divine flame illuminates, ripples through creation, and I'm constantly shown. These beautiful new images and other aspects just lighting up. So excited to commune and talk and engage and co-create. This is why we are here. Our Christed birthright to co-create in love and light. And why each and every one of us are divine living light beings. So at the bottom of the second hour, please feel free to bring in your comments, bring in your Skype at KCOR Radio. And there's also Twitter, I think Tina takes comments from. The phone line is 702-425-9230. And today specifically, we want to give mention to the beautiful alchemy that you've created for yourself, beautiful moments in which you've seen your reality shift, and the doors that you've created for yourself, the opportunities you've created for yourself through your own alchemic shifting, through your own creation of expanded beliefs about your own oneness of who you are and the reflections that your reality shows you, and all the manifestations that you co-create for yourself. And give thanks and blessing. For this is the season to look back and give resolve and celebration and harmony and peace, and allow yourself that further heightened alignment so that you may create a capstone and create new stories of beginnings in which this winter solstice is offering us. You bring great love and harmony and resolve to all things that are left unresolved. And give yourself celebration, give yourself exaltation for what you have created. Give yourself the love and acceptance and desire to show yourself the creatorhood that you are. Join us after the break, dear lighted ones. We go farther and deeper within divine centering and balance and alchemy. Stay tuned.
You've been listening to Universal Unity, New Earth Consciousness with Joanna L. Ross. Live every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. Exclusively on the KCOR Digital Radio Network. To explore, empower, understand, inspire, and further connect with this higher state of consciousness, please visit universalunity.ca. For more information on the host, Joanna L. Ross, please visit her KCOR Digital Radio Network show page, Universal Unity, New Earth Consciousness. This is KCOR Las Vegas, home of the Digital Radio Network. Broadcasting from a shack just south of Area 51. Wait, that doesn't exist. This is the KCOR Digital Radio Network. Now for the news. Let go of the past and manifest the reality you desire. It's time to expand your consciousness and create a new enlightened transformational you by raising your vibrational frequency. We will talk about ETs, light ships, the ascending human, our ascending planet, visitations, and first conscious contact upon our new fifth dimensional Earth. Welcome to Universal Unity, New Earth Consciousness. It's time to activate a better you by embracing the white light of Source. Now your host and universal guide, Joanna L. Ross.
Welcome back. Welcome back. This is Joanna from Universal Unity. Thank you so much for tuning in to our second hour. And please feel free to get your comments of your own transmutation, your own alchemy that you've created for yourself over the many years that you've been on your path of ascension, how you've seen yourself shift and change and illuminate within your divine male and female frequencies, how you've seen yourself come into more greater balance, how you've allowed yourself to create opportunities and thresholds and doors before you through your own awakening and your own expansiveness of all that you are. And so we've got so much to cover in this next hour, and whatever we don't cover in this next hour, we're going to put within our Divine Sacred Temple Teachings class on the 21st, which is our winter solstice event that we've got. If you're interested in aligning with that frequency, we're going to go more into the Melchizedek order and more into the divine sacred flame of transmutation and aligning with your divine twin complement, which allows you to truly ascend and create those light fields that you have been creating. Not that you will, but you have been, and you already continue to do so. But the more aware you are of your alchemy, the more aware of how you create alchemy, what's that catalyst, what's that how truly do you alchemically shift? You have been over moment for moment for moment. The greater awareness that you allow yourself, falling in love and transmuting and transcending limitation and belief. Getting to know the inner mechanisms of your divine inner temple and the chakra systems and what truly they're held for and within, and the tools and the gifts that you have as a Christ being of light. How to use those tools, how to use those creativities, how to use all that you are as your alchemic toolkit, if you will. And so that's what we move through in our classes and in our weekly radio shows. So we thank you and we give great gratitude and thanks for allowing us to come forward week after week after week and allow the etheric chambers to fill up with consciousness councils and energies from all over creation. And when we do have some etheric council insights that have come through, Gaia has come through with some comments and some beautiful sharings and threadings, as well as, again, the Melchizedek order is bold and moving through each and every one of us today so that we are remembering our divine alchemy within ourselves of who we are as divine God spark, and allowing ourselves to understand that we're walking through new quantum thresholds, new doors that we are presenting ourselves, new opportunities that we are presenting ourselves. And it has been through our readiness, our preparation, divine timing, and sometimes often too divine intervention, which has happened many times for me when I have strayed from the path of my own blueprint and my own soul theme. Not necessarily strayed, because I always, follow up. You always seem to find your way back, but there was many divine interventions, my Syrian team, my Pleiadians teams coming to me and showing me and allowing me to remember after my awakening the many times that I was visited, the many times that my celestial teams had come to realign me, reawaken my remembrances within about my role here, my excitement to co-create here. And creating in those remembrances, creating new divine wills of intent, that power center that you hold within you. Again, that third chakra, the divine will of all that you are, and why you feel that fire in your belly to seek, to become, to unfold, to allow yourself to follow and unveil all that you are within. And why these greater unknowns that we present ourselves, we can move within great excitement and great joy of excitement as a beautiful young child that we are, with the anticipation of joy, because it's us. It's always us on the other side. It's always our co-creations and our manifestations for our excitements that we've come to co-create. And so allow yourself to create new perspectives of your alchemy, new perspectives of the unknown, new perspectives of what you're dancing within and what you're co-creating right now. And I was given an example with Melchizedek this morning, another vision that I was given, and Melchizedek was allowing me to understand that my vibrational reality, and I hold it within this house in the many heavens, and that's what truly means by the many heavens, means that there are many levels and layers to evolution in every single dimensional thread, for every single aspect of life. Many, many, many infinite levels, holographic levels of evolution that God and co-creation and existence is for each and every one of us. And the houses and the many heavens and the many mansions, if you will. I was shown that in my own everyday unfolding, I was showing myself and I was walking through the same house that I had co-created myself within. I was showing myself the same paintings on the wall. I was showing myself the same doors. I was showing myself the same rugs, the same couch. And Melchizedek had come forward to me and said, well, dear, you can choose to create the house in whatever way you want. You've just been showing yourself the same version. So when are you ready to get off the treadmill? You're here to co-create with light. You're here to co-create with the skills and the wisdoms that you have as an alchemic master. You know how to alchemically transmute. What are you waiting for? Show yourself a new house. And so I have manifested a new home. And it's one of the beautiful surprises that we're going to unfold in the new year. It's a beautiful home, and I'm very excited because this new home, I've been alchemically, remotely, energetically, and vibrationally connecting with Gaia in manifesting this new home. And it's got a beautiful offering from Gaia for myself and my family. And many, many acres for us to play and entangle within the elementals, the Christ consciousness grids, the crystalline elementals, the Davics, the fairies, the gnomes, Sasquatch, many, many experiences of energy that I've already sensed with this beautiful special offering and blessing and gift from creation. And so Melchizedek was coming forward this morning in this grand unfolding and threshold, if you will, that we're all dancing within, in a way for us to understand that we are the masters of what we see in every moment. Every moment we look in the mirror, we manifest what we see. We manifest the rooms we exist within. We manifest the beings that we co-create with. If we allow ourselves to seek the God within all moments, the boundless, the limitless, the infinite within every moment, your room and your house and your home and your land, and the experiences you have within the land and the consciousness within the land and the Gaia speak in the waters, it can be whatever you so desire. Because it so too is a particle of the all. It is a particle of essence of Mother, Father, God that is so excited to dance with you, just as you are it. And why you feel that fire in your belly, that divine flame. Because that divine sacred flame, that fire of transmutation is there for a reason, a purpose. The grand agendas that span far beyond what we know and can imagine. Agendas within agendas within agendas. Holographically sewn thread by thread, particle through particle. Living light through living light. And why you feel the urge to dance with trees. Why you feel the urge to get down to the ground and talk with the water consciousness and the elementals that seem to speak through the smallest aspects of life. These are the fires within alchemy that allow you to create the new light fields and the doors that you walk through, the new homes that you manifest, the new grids that you play within, the new oceans that you swim within, holographically, star system to star system. And it is truly divine and heavenly. And Master Melchizedek and Lord Melchizedek was showing me that I was showing myself the same version, the same home, the same room, the same experiences of vibrational wallpaper, if you will. And how may I choose to create change? You sit within your same room every day. Why not change it? The proverbial treadmill, if you will. You create it all. You're an alchemic master. You can create light right here, right now. Something new, something different. And how divine we are, dear lighted ones. In this moment in which we stand as a human family, a human collective span all over the globe. And I get your comments and your emails and your lovely feedback from personal sessions and classes. And how we can alchemically and remotely tune in and entangle and thread ourselves within one another in our sacred gatherings. And through the common cause, just to gather, just to be in the essence of spirit. And it is enough inertia for us to create profundity, through which we walk through a new threshold together and illuminate the way for so many. For we are here, dear lighted ones, light workers and healers, ascended masters coming through space and time, so that we may, through our own reverence and benevolence and love of thyself, find the humility to light the way for others, through diversity and acceptance and allowance of their own unique path and their own unique flame that they bring to creation. And let go of the responsibility and the deliberation and the prerequisites and the demands on how any one thing should look or turn out or be beyond that door or within the heart of another. For diversity within creation has brought each and every one of us here. Our unique soul threadings, the heartbeat within us all, uniquely divine, and yet sewn together with the divine loving thread of God, so that we may create anew. And how may you show yourself a new co-creation? How may you show yourself within the next time you wake up, a new room, with new imagery, with new vibrational wallpaper, with new vibrational seating, in which you're not sitting at all, you're just levitating, in which there are no walls, except for the trees that hold up the forest floor, and soak within the crystalline grids of Christed essence, into the crystalline heartbeat of Gaia, that breathes new light into us, and is so excited to co-create with us anew. It's about our perspective that we hold in vibration. And so as you present yourself with new doors and new thresholds and new songs and new canvases, dear lighted ones, drop to your divine sacred heart and create a moment of stillness and peace. Know that you're grounded within the crystalline, Christed grids. Know that you are felt within the heartbeat of Gaia. And center yourself within that universal child that was so excited to come forth and play when you were breathed into creation. Be that essence of joy and sacred play and curiosity and innocence, and it will carry you through any threshold you so desire. What a quantum weaving. Thank you, dear lighted ones, for that soft and elegant, divine sacred play. So please feel free to get your beautiful musings, your comments, your suggestions, your questions, your transcensions that you've gifted yourself, your awakenings that you've gifted yourself as we're entering the end of the year, 2017, and we're allowing ourselves to take a quantum leap into 2018, new vibrations, new beginnings, new thresholds of potentiation. And these cosmic thresholds that I've been sensing for some time, and I've said it on a few shows, the 21st is a demarcation the last couple of months, and it will continue to be that way. But it's even more of a demarcation from this morning even, because of the visions and the experiences I've had. And I'll give you, last night I was awake in a lucid dream, and I had, many of you know, the channeler Daryl Anka, who channels Bashar. And he was one of my very first YouTube videos that I had ever clicked on. By synchronicity, somebody had sent me a video, and it was one of Daryl Anka's videos. I can't remember the topic, what it was about, but it was a vibrational jolt for me, and it reminded me of many things. And at the time, I wasn't ready to hear it, so I clicked it off, didn't listen to it until I was vibrationally ready. And so I had a myriad of dreams and experiences that allowed me to prepare myself and get ready for listening to that video, Remembrance. But it's so uncanny and so beautiful that this morning, as I'm entering into a new threshold, and this beautiful capstone, if you will, is being placed upon my own personal journey. I had a beautiful lucid dream last night of being in a cosmic celebration. It was a galactic, cosmic, planetary, earthly celebration in which first contact had already occurred. And we were gathering with our Sasani friends and family, sixth dimensional beings who have been moving through their own ascension. And I have a female counterpart that I communicate with often, Boralai, who is a Sasani being that I communicate with in divine feminine essence. And my beautiful love that I have held for Bashar, the being that we know as Bashar, the Sasani being. And I was amongst a beautiful field, and I was assuming that it was on a new Earth matrix. I'm assuming. I didn't really feel the essence of where I was. I just know that I was in a galactic celebration. And it was of the human family and the Sasani family coming together in this celebration of first contact and first union, first communion, if you will. And it was in a field, and it was a beautiful grassy field, and there was no structures or buildings, and there was a myriad of celebrations going on, and just our celestial family and friends getting to know human family and friends, and that intermingling and that communion and that essence of belonging and love and celebration. And it was that cosmic threshold I allowed myself to manifest and co-create within a lucid state. And I found it really beautiful because I've been moving through my own personal transcension with food, and with transcending and allowing myself to have a different relationship with food, because I still feed and I still create food for my 3 young children. And we still have our traditional ceremonies with food and with celebration and union and communion. And we still gather and eat special meals, and we still gather and have these special occurrences. And it's our beautiful social custom. And food has been a great part of our social customs. But what Bashar was showing me, and the beautiful Essassani people were showing me, is that I can choose to have different relationships around my customs and still be involved with it and have joy and partake within it. But I can just choose to allow it to be from a different perspective, but still partake in the joy of the celebration, of the custom itself. And so that was allowing me to see the way I behave with food and the way I interact with food in a different way, and have more fluidity with food and with our customs that we have around food. Because I'm eating less and less and less and less. I'm sustaining myself on the vibration of Source. I'm sustaining myself on the vibration of Christed Essence. And this is only my own personal journey. And so I'm only explaining this to you as my own personal journey. And it's up to each and every one and individuals to create their own unique wellness and their health for themselves. I'm only explaining this as my own unique version of my experience. But as we accelerate and we move through accelerations, our bodies, and it's a part of alchemy, our bodies will require that we refine and that we create that preparedness in our multidimensional bodies to step within these new thresholds being presented. And so that will mean the preparedness of the body, the preparedness of our mental beliefs about how we are sustained, our mental beliefs about our joys that we can still have with our social customs. Just look at it from a new perspective. Because Bashar was showing me that he was drinking a fruity tea. It was a beautiful fruit tea. That he was taking part in our customs of creating celebration with tea and communion. And that sacred gathering. And you have company over and you pour a beautiful cup of tea. And so he was showing me and explaining to me vibrationally. And there was other beings that were explaining these customs, that when they gather with new communities, they observe the custom for many, many years beforehand. Then when that communion and that sacred contact and that sacred ceremony take place, they're somewhat aware of their customs, of their cultures. And so they allow that these ceremonies and these unions will have certain aspects of our cultures and our customs already there so that we feel comfortable. And so too will it be for us to create these new customs for ourselves, and for the allowance and the acceptance of all aspects of humanity changing and transcending. How we move through our religious beliefs, and how our religious beliefs will entirely change and shift and alter, and how we allow ourselves to devote and pray, and how we allow ourselves to create customs around food and ceremony and rituals, and have it be okay, have it be accepted, have it be allowed. Because this is an attribute of these new thresholds we're stepping into. We can still partake in the joy. We can still partake in the diversity of all that we are, for it's all us. Not creating judgment and limitation or separation with it, or them and us, and creating those separative defining, words that we've given to say that we're not within that, but we are. But to allow the idea and the concept that we're one within it all. And we can create from what intuitively feels right within each and every one of us when we've prepared the energy body. We've prepared the mental body, the physical body, the emotional body. We've prepared all that we are to move and operate in expanded ways, so that when we do have that threshold presented to us and the hand of God is offered, that we walk forward as the universal child of divine excitement and divine curiosity and complete unconditional surrender. where we understand we've manifested it all with God. And all is well. And a new threshold of creational reality unfolds. And that new beautiful crystalline temple has begun to be built. And this is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing these new light fields of potentiation of other earths in which we co-create and we commune with other celestial families and teams and councils in which we've been co-creating with for eons. But now we're awakening to the, again, as we said at the beginning of our show, the multidimensional us that's coming to life, speaking through us, in unison, in song, allowing us to experience these multidimensional perspectives of us coming to life. And this is what it truly means to be multidimensional. It's allowing yourself to feel you in every way. Expand within the you in every way. Expand within your alchemy and your tools and your gifts in every way. And to create the opportunities of the many heavens, the many doors, the many mansions that move through you in this divine sacred fire. How divine. So please, feel free to send in any beautiful comments of love and light of your own divine sacred flame. And I will go to the beautiful energies of the voice of Gaia has come through this morning as our preparation for this divine alchemy co-creation. And there's many, many symbolisms along the way. Symbolisms, that's one of my most favorite topics of ascension. And symbolism that we show ourselves every day is a beautiful dictionary and book, if you will, of our alchemy. Symbolisms show us in every moment where we sit vibrationally, what's exciting for us to co-create within. Those soul threadings are part of those synchronistic symbolisms that we show ourselves. And so symbolism in every way is a part of our alchemy. It's all threaded together, it's all one. But it's like the decorations that we have within the room. You know, that's what I was showing myself. Symbolisms are whatever it is that you choose to co-create within that room, or any healings that you have to move through or transcend. Those decorations, that wallpaper, that wall hanging, all of those aspects are aspects of symbolism. And how if any one of those things are out of place or falling or whatever it might be that it's going through is our way of showing us what needs our attention, what needs our healing, what needs our love, what needs our embrace, what needs our self-exaltation. And again, another part of alchemy. Symbolisms are in every moment showing us where we are at, allowing us to realign, always, moment for moment with breath, calling in spirit through breath, calling in the encodations, calling in the sacred geometry, calling awake the Mother, Father, God within you, to merge with the divine sacred spirited breath of all that is, to move through your dynamic system of light, to ignite those remembrances sitting within the Akash, sitting within the DNA, that so many people are being awoken to, and why so many people feel the symptoms and symptomologies that we do, and why it's so very important for us in every moment to remember to breathe, to ground, to center within the higher aspect of all that you are, and drop to the divine sacred heart before acting and reacting. It's so very important to maintain balance and harmony, because these accelerations will be continued accelerations. And so give yourself momentary and hourly check-ins. How is my emotional body? How is my physical body? How's my mental body? How's my etheric body? Am I giving myself enough moments in time? What are you doing as far as connecting with Mother, Father, God, your ascension pathwork, if you will? Allowing yourself all of those profound alignments and realignments throughout your day. And your divine sacred breath, those whole body breaths. And it just requires 3 whole body breaths, where the entire cavity of all that you are is filled with the capacity of encodations and God breath that you can. And you hold it, and you slowly exhale 3 of those full body breaths before you come to a calm and peaceful state of frequency. I suggest 10, but if you're in, the busyness that we all lead, we're letting go of, 3 will get you to a new frequency. 3 will bring you to that centered space of presence with Mother, Father, God. But we must take that time to be still. We must take that time to do our check-ins. How am I feeling? What am I sensing? Because many of you are awakening to your multidimensional gifts and tools, your psychic skills, your clairsentience, your clairaudience, your clairknowing. Those fields, your multidimensional fields, are opening up. Your lucid dreaming, that's all a part of the multidimensional package that is opening up. It's part of the refinement. It's part of the readiness, the preparedness that we've been talking about. It's alchemy. These are all coming online. These are all awakening, and therefore requiring you to pay more nurturance and attention and grounding and centering, so that centeredness and harmony and balance can be maintained through accelerations. And you're literally the eye of the storm, and nothing can sway you from that. And those of us that have children and families, we all know, however many people are in your family, they're each seeing creation, they're each experiencing reality from their own unique dimensional perspective. They each have their own unique dimensional viewpoints, their blueprints that they're viewing and experiencing life from. And you're all entangled. But how you maintain and center within your own field can allow you to create those refined choices and not react. Because reaction is ego. If you're reacting to things, and we all do it, I'm first to admit it, I'm reacting because I've had in many lifetimes in which I felt the responsibility to keep other people safe. And so my reactivity is to keep people safe, and my kids, keep them safe, so I control. That's just the mechanism that we've been brought up with through many earthly lifetimes and other star system lifetimes. And that's one of the things I'm here to transcend. And I know that, because every time I fall into one of those moments where I'm overly controlling, I can create the balance, and a boundary is different. But when I'm overly controlling, then I can let that go, and it just feels better. I feel lighter. And they feel lighter too. And so setting healthy and safe boundaries for children is one thing. But feeling the need to control energy fields, feeling the need to help, and feeling the need to heal, and feeling the need to overstep, as an energetic healer, we essentially, many light workers have to move through that and find the balance to understand one's own place within creating your own vibrational healing, and knowing that's all you're responsible for. You can offer and you can empower and inspire, but that's about it. It's up to each individual to find and seek their own God within, to find and seek their own tools within, to find and seek and know their own God self within, just as you have. And that's what we mean by setting as the example frequency. You set the light. You are that flame that, kind of allows others to find their own way. And so Gaia came forward to say, the voice of Gaia, we are the overlighting energies of earthly life and sustainable and sustenance of it. Just as you know you are a multidimensional essence, so too do we. So Gaia says that all of her essences that she's threaded with, the elementals, the Davics, and the Elohim, the creator gods, all of the sand and the soil and the matter and the water and the air, all that she is alchemically, she understands too that she is a multidimensional essence of God. She understands that. And she was very excited to come through this morning, because she was allowing me to understand that just as I have awoken to those numerous particles of me that were speaking to me in unison, she was coming to me saying, well, I often do that as well with her other unison earths, that we are co-creating in light with her. And how she gets very excited in that in moments like we're creating right now in our sacred soul sharing, and when you come forward to share your light, when you come forward to share your essence with her, it's great light and great excitement for her, as she is the universal child in a planetary form, planetary consciousness, coming forward to say, well, I too am aware that I'm a multidimensional being with infinite aspects of who I am. I'm here to support and be this beautiful balance of love and light in all life's forms, so that you may learn through me and I you. And so it was a beautiful communion that she shared. And she said, I use my all to assist in the co-creation with many of you, and the many counsels and the gifts and the skills that you operate within and to create with. We co-create new dimensional experiences in every moment that we share, that we thread ourselves within one another, that we entangle and dance with the trees and swim within the oceans and the cetaceans. The moments that we remotely tune in and send beautiful, pink, loving, Christed essence and beautiful one heart harmony song to our brethren, to the flora, to the fauna, to the wildlife, to the insects, to the birds and the bees. There's new thresholds of vibrational play that each and every one of us co-create with, and so too does Gaia in her multidimensional ways. And she ended off with saying, Joanna envisions us on many levels in her own joy and her own excitement to co-create with us. And that's how I co-created and I manifested this beautiful new property and this beautiful new home. Because for many, many months now, many years, I've imagined myself in the forest playing with the elementals and playing with sacred water and playing with sacred rituals and ceremonies to co-create through light and co-create through love of sharing the expression of Gaia in new ways with new human family, with new human tribe and soul tribes coming together to experience Gaia in new ways. Because we have often forgot of her as our co-creative partner, as the marriage and the union that we have with her. We've forgotten all about that and the wildlife and the consciousness betting that we all exist within, that we breathe within every day and never question it. And it's part of my excitement and my passion to bring the voice of Gaia to the forefront of the human heart. And in any moment that you feel that urging and that excitement like a child to dance with the trees, please do so, for she's calling you. She is singing a song for you to dance with. And the wisdom held within the trees, and the wisdom held within the roots, and the wisdom held within the leaves, and the flowers, and the buds, and the soils, and the rocks. They will lead you within so many exciting journeys of exploration of self, of you. And it cannot be denied. For when you enter into unity consciousness, when you enter into the multidimensionality of all that you are, and the multidimensional aspects of you are saying, hello, are you there? We're ready to create. One cannot ignore what exists right in front of oneself. Or if the heavens speak with you and through you, if the stars speak with you and through you, if the lights show up in the skies above as light ships, and your celestial family aligns in your dreams, then how is it we are able to ignore the trees in our front yard and the rocks beneath our feet? For all aspects of life are God consciousness waiting to entangle and thread with you in new dynamic ways in which new thresholds are created. And how grateful and blessed are we in this beautiful season of giving of thanks. And so that was Gaia allowing us to play with and entangle with her in new ways, to know that there are multidimensional versions of her that we have all been co-creating with for many, many eons, many concurrent threads of now, if you will. And we're continuing to do so. And why we feel the urges and the excitements in our multidimensional awakening to play and co-create in sacred play. Sacred play is a catalyst for alchemy. Sacred play is the catalyst to the universal child within to ignite the DNA activations, to ignite the celestial wisdoms and gifts and skills coming forward that are the bridge to these new dimensional earth frequencies, as I understand it. So thank you, Gaia. And we have a question from the chat room. Thank you. Will we feel or see a significant shift in energy as we move forward into 2018? Absolutely, unequivocally, yes. I feel it every day. It depends, again, on your alignment and your readiness and your preparedness, but absolutely, yes. If you're here listening to this, then absolutely, yes. Because the part of this beautiful offering from today, the Melchizedek order coming forward, is to remind us to play as the alchemic masters that we are and to be that universal child. Alchemy is not, I mean, in some senses it is to set forth with, your understanding of fire and matter and water and spirit and the elements of matter. But it's also, too, the catalyst, which is the most important ingredient, which is the childlike innocence. And that's what allows you to walk forward through the thresholds of any heavenly mansion, any heavenly door. It truly is. And that's why we've said for so long, let go of the fear, let go of the limitations, let go of the social media, let go of all that spirals in negativity and limitation. Just let it go. Forgive, resolve, heal, be in joy and good cheer. All is well. Because that childlike innocence is the quality, it's that catalyst, it's the inertia that spirals you into new perspectives of seeing your home in a new way, just like I did in that one beautiful vision I was shown this morning. I was sitting in the same house I'd sat in for 4 years now. Maybe we've been in this house. And how I've manifested with my teams and my families and the co-creations with my kids and Gaia and the many councils I'm existing within, the co-creations with Mother, Father, God blessing me, the blessings I've been gifted, and this beautiful new home and beautiful new property. And they gave that to me as an example. Well, you can create whatever it is you want. You walk within that room every day. You can create it anew any way you want. Just as if you get up out of bed and you see yourself in the mirror. It's a new day, new moment. Go create. And that's what Mother, Father, God gift us every moment. Go create. We are created in the likeness of, meaning that we have the gifts and the tools within us to be the sacred fire, to bring all things within balance, to bring all things within illumination of what is already within. Divine sacred fire. The unity and the harmony of Mother, Father, God, male, female within. And this is a part of the divine sacred family. Mother, Father. The mother now being created in new human history stories. The mother essence being created in new dynamic text, wisdom text, insight text, new wisdom articles, new wisdom audios. The divine essence, the divine mother essence has been reintroduced into our human experience. So very powerful and profound for our healing, dear lighted ones, make no mistake about it. And why we have come forth. To reestablish and reawaken the divine feminine within us all. To rebalance our multidimensional bodies, mental, emotional, physical, and etheric. For we could not have continued down the same path without these attributes to be brought back into balance. That's why so many of you are here. The Divine Mother being reintroduced to the human story in which it was left out for so many eons through fear and limitation. Reintroducing the divine flame and the balance between what we require as alchemists, male and female, through the divine temple of all that we are, to create and manifest as the God beings that we are. In all of our glory, as we activate our DNA threads, ever entwining that flint to illuminate a new flame, a new light field, the alchemy of creation, holographic. And why it allows for the son and the daughter to be reunited within the divine sacred family of all that we are. And why, in each moment that each and every one of you awaken to more of all that you are, to your multidimensional potentials, to your neighborhood, to the families and the star families within your family, and you forgive, and you let go, and you resolve, and you create kindness, and you are that rainbow bridge. We create those new letters and the words and the songs and the notes to the human story in which our divine family is reunified as one. And all stories come forth from the depths of the chambers, held within the bindings of limitation and consciousness that have been keeping their stories secret. And the truths and the conspiracies will be set to peace. And it will no longer matter who did what and who said what and when. For we just desire to carry on and dance. And this is why our moment for moment awareness, our moment for moment alchemy of love and light and joy, to see yourself within it all, to love yourself within it all, to gift yourself forgiveness and compassion within it all. Because trust me, as we ascend, it doesn't mean that there will not be challenges. It does not mean that there won't be times in which you go to your very soul and you open up to Mother, Father, God and ask for forgiveness and invocate and initiate yourself anew. For it is the cycle of evolution. It's the cycle of our reunification and our realignment with our own unique truth. And I often get so busy and so distracted. And these last couple of weeks have been so profound for me because it's shown me how truly busy and how much of my energy was being spent spiraling out to everything and everyone. And yet within myself, I had felt the dissipation, if you will, of my own path. And I had to realign and bring myself back into my own truth, my initiations and my ceremony and my beautiful communications and communions with Mother, Father, God, and my councils and my teams. And that's what's required through times of acceleration and times of great change, when we are here to assist and serve the all, and how so important it is, above all, to center and ground within thyself first. To center and ground and create purpose and intent within thyself first. To be your own alchemic flame within thyself first. And the doors will present themselves. And so they did. For me, this week. And I'm always so grateful and in the deepest of reverence to all of the beings, the Divine Mother, Father, God. In every moment that I seem to open with confusion and uncertainty, I'm always within breath, realigned. And the heavenly counsels come through, and within pointedness and quite frankness, the heavenly counsels show me, you can create whatever it is you want. There it is. You're going to show yourself this in a minute. Are you ready? And it's like, wow, I thought how far I'd truly come. I forgot that. Thank you. And I'll take greater appreciation and greater embrace and thanksgiving in myself. Thank you for reminding me. As so do we that I was shown. Assist our human family. And we give encouragement, empowerment, and inspiration. Give yourself a break. It's okay. Realign. Give yourself credit for all that you've done, how far you've come. You're okay. I believe in you. You can do it. Do you see the cycle of this holographic nature of evolution that we all play? And the very cell of that sacred fire within us is holographically sown within all things, every molecule, for us divinely to create, divinely realign in the all that we are. For us to remember all that we are. And in all of these portals and all of these dimensions and all of these doorways and all of these beautiful experiences within the unknown, it's all us. It's all aspects of us. Just like that beautiful celebration was that I had with the Sasani people. And how I was lucidly moving from one dream to another, and one cosmic frequency to another, and one perspective to another. I was allowing myself to see that in all aspects I was allowing myself to move further within a grander understanding of me, what I thought about food, what I thought about all of these aspects of these ascending frequency changes within my own human heavenly family. And how my kids were changing and how my children were altering their frequencies about food because their bodies were oscillating frequencies in a different way and their bodies didn't want certain foods. And so we're all moving through this beautiful experience together, and how we each offer a hand to one another because it's us, just as the heavenly councils do because it's them. It's us. We're all one. So thank you. Another comment from the chat room. What is the best way for us to stay grounded during the stressful holiday season? As much as I love this time of year, I am sensitive to emotions around me and pick up on their stress. That's a good one because I get you on that one. I'm an empath as well, and because I've worked with my field for many, many years, and I've gone through many activations and expansiveness, I've allowed myself over the recent 6 or 7 months, I can sense things even at a distance remotely. It doesn't matter who. If a thought just comes in my mind about someone's thinking about me, I'll get that energetic thread and that pull. The same to do with family and friends. And so just understand that if you're connecting and picking up on these vibrations of people that are thinking about you, or you just randomly think about someone you haven't thought about in a long time, their energy vibrations are sending out energetic cues to you because it's a familiar essence. It's a loving essence, and they're seeking the love, and they're seeking the entanglement as well. And so it could be that their souls are just ready for a healing. Their souls are just ready to connect and entangle in a loving way, and they might not even know they're doing it. It's just the higher selves of them. But that can be felt as well with this awakening. But it goes to a deeper level in which our alchemy can take precedence and understanding we're all one. However, grounding in your own energy field, which is understanding your physical body, your emotional body, your mental body, your etheric body, and doing daily check-ins. I practice this in the morning before my kids wake up, and again at the end of the night and throughout the day, so that I'm aware of how is my physical body feeling, how's my mental body feeling, how is my etheric, am I creating enough time with my communion with Mother, Father, God. So doing those check-ins with your multidimensional body are so key. And if you feel your emotions are just feeling down, or you're feeling tired, your physical body feels tired, then allow yourself that self-respect and self-honor. This is part of your self-nurturance and your mastery, to say, I'm taking care of myself. I love myself enough to go and take a nap right now because I'm feeling frayed. You know, your energies can feel very frayed and pulled and tugged at. And that's okay, and allow yourself that recognition, that acceptance to do so. And many of us, because we tend to think of others first, and that many of our star system energies, we think of others first, and we want to serve everybody first before we ever think of ourselves or take a break for ourselves. We've got dinner to cook and all the things that we do in a holiday season. But it's really important that we clear the energy fields, and that's as simple as an invocation and a centering and a grounding through the pillar of light. And doing, I've called it the windshield wiping with your hands, and you just move your hands across and over and around your energy fields with the violet flame of transmutation. And you can invoke Archangel Michael and Archangel Zadkiel and Lady Amethyst to come with you and just clear any negative imprints within your field. And then as you go out into crowds and you go out into people, allow yourself just a moment of surrounding yourself with the white light of love and divine essence with you, so that you know that you're completely guided and loved and held within a loving bubble of the Divine Mother, Father, God. And you're not going to be so open. The more grounded you are within yourself, and the more you're clearing away your energy field of those negative imprints and negative essences of everything in our society. I mean, you walk down a city street and you can feel, my daughter is quite open that way, and she can feel the energies of those around her. She can feel the thoughts and the thought forms. And so it's really important that you just clear the energy field. And that's all simple, a soft and gentle intention to clear your field. Drop to your divine sacred heart. Move your hands across your field, across your chest, across your chakra systems. Go down to your feet, because you exist within an egg, an orb, like a beautiful divine beehive. And just move your hands over and across your vibrational field, envisioning a violet flame clearing and cleaning out any negative thought forms or any karmic frequencies or residue that are no longer of service. And it can be a simple invocation as that. We have simple invocations on our YouTube channel, and I'm actually creating an article on how to clear your field and center and ground within the pillar of light, full body breaths. Visualizing the pillar of light going into the sand and soil of Gaia right to her heartbeat is the fastest and quickest way to realign to your unique centered essence. When you drop to your divine sacred heart, that's your partnership with the Mother, Father, God, grounding the pillar of light through the sands and soils. You do that at least 3 times, and you're aligned within your own energy. And then you can sense, well, that's not my thought, that's there. You go out back into the room full of people, and you can say, well, that's their thought, and you let that go. So it's just a matter of, because we have never been told these things, because we've never been taught in our schools that we're multidimensional beings of light and we're highly energetic and we're constantly receiving and sending, we can sometimes go into a room full of people and we think that what's going through our head, and sometimes the thoughts we feel moving through our whole bodies are ours, but they're not. There might be other people's. But we wouldn't necessarily come across it if we weren't somewhere in the vibration. So it's about us getting in tune with who we are, realigning with our divine multidimensional self, centering within your own unique divine essence. And even though there might be a part of your energy field that might be oscillating with that negative frequency, you can choose to still clear it out and let it go, because that's your mastery and refinement, to let that go and say, there's a part of me that might feel that, but I'm okay now. I'm realigning with my mastery self. Because remember, anything that you manifest or attract, some part of your field is in alignment with it. But you can choose to refine and realign into a more expanded, more pure state, as you're centering and grounding and clearing your field. The more and more you do that, the more and more it is easier to stand within the clarity and confidence of who you are as your Christed being, your Christed self, because you can sense, well, that's not mine. I can let it go. I was resonating that a day ago, and this is manifesting with me right now to show me that I'm a higher being of light, and I can experience a more expanded, refined version of me. Because I choose to dance in this way, I choose to co-create this way, I choose to light it up in this way. And so positive affirmations, sacred breath with your divine pillar, grounding with Gaia to her heartbeat. And it's just a soft and simple invocation with breath, offering Mother, Father, God in, centering to your divine essence with Gaia, a minimum of 3 full body breaths. And then you realign to your center. And then at the beginning of the day, at the end of the day, clear your energy fields. Imagine your physical body, your emotional body, your mental body, your etheric body, just giving a beautiful transmutational flame and just a beautiful soft cleansing, soft and gentle intentions, soft and gentle love. When you're soft and gentle with who you are as your intentions and your clearing, then all that you are becomes soft and gentle, loving, pink, Christed light. And you continue to manifest and refine yourself in this way. That's what your field and your multidimensional bodies move forward in life with and co-create within. So our classes and our YouTubes, and we've got much materials written out there, but we're coming out with a new article that will specifically focus on grounding and centering and balancing, because it's so really important. And we can teach this and we can offer this to our children too, because they're feeling it as well. And so, dear lighted ones, thank you so much for your sacred sharing. Thank you so much for attuning with our beautiful vibrations of the Melchizedek order today, as well as the beautiful Syrian angels and Gaia, and all of the beautiful, lovely beings from all over our universe. And I gift you many beautiful blessings of gratitude and thanksgiving in this beautiful festive season, and celebrate and be in joy and be in good cheer. Thank you.
You've been listening to Universal Unity, New Earth Consciousness with Joanna L. Ross. Live every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. Exclusively on the KCOR Digital Radio Network. To explore, empower, understand, inspire, and further connect with this higher state of consciousness, please visit universalunity.ca. For more information on the host, Joanna L. Ross, please visit her KCOR Digital Radio Network show page, Universal Unity, New Earth Consciousness. You're listening to the all-new KCOR, The Core, broadcasting from Las Vegas, Nevada, the entertainment capital of the world. Oh yeah, in a little place called Area 51.